God, the show is fucking over. Thank fucking Christ. Oh. Just turn this fucking piece of shit show off. What the fuck do I say about this show? Whether you like it or not, people, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what anybody else says on social media. I don't take anybody that comes at me on social media. I don't take those kinds of people serious. Why? Simple. People on Twitter are a bunch of pussies who have nothing else better to do with their lives. That's the honest truth. One thing about I love when it comes to exposing people, as Raw goes officially off the air, and I can turn off this fucking television set. Thank you. One thing that is so good about exposing people, you always gotta take screenshots. This particular racist fuck, what kind of dude has a picture of a cat on social media? Are you fucking kidding me? I advise you guys, please, if you run into him on Twitter, he is a fucking racist. I will show you guys the tweet right now because he thinks that I am a fucking racist. Where's the tweet at? Right here. He tweets, and as you guys see the tweet right here, this is the tweet that he tagged me on. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly. Well, it's there. My tweet is there. And he says, this whack either takes wrestling way too seriously or he has a problem with a person either old enough to remember when hashtag WWE wasn't supposed to be constant instant gratification responding to his handle, or he doesn't want whites to respond to him, to reply to him. Who knows? Chill, bud. Hashtag Raw. Please stay away from this fucking faggot ass pussy bitch ass motherfucker on social media. Please. Please. I am not a racist. I'm gonna sit here now. I am not a racist. I respect white people. I respect all kinds of people. Never in my entire life have I been a racist person. And I will never will be. And I never will be. So, I'm gonna show you guys his Twitter again. I'm gonna show you guys the Twitter again. That way you know who to stay away from. Give me a second, guys, right here. Stay away from this goon on social media. His Twitter account is Gamg Jim on social media. And he has a picture of a fucking cat on social media. Please stay away from this ugly looking fat slob known as Jim on social media, man. Please stay away from Jim on social media. And there's gonna be people, whether you people like it or not, there's gonna be people in this community on Twitter, all over social media, that's gonna say, "Oh, Chris, Monday Night Raw was good, man." Where? The only good part of Monday Night Raw in 3 hours tonight was Triple H's segment. And the fact that Colin Joe put on a Yankees hat, meanwhile Raw was in Boston. I'm going to say this now. It's cheap heat, yes, but it's smart heat at the same time. So kudos to Colton for that, to Colin for that, for putting on the Yankee hat Meanwhile, Raw was in Boston because simple fact, the Red Sox and the Yankees hate each other. So there you go. But nonetheless, man, this episode of Monday Night Raw, we're in WrestleMania season, folks. Yes, Raw did build towards WrestleMania. To what point? To what point? I would love to know. To what point? Now, I don't want to scream. I don't want to yell. But, put it this way, people. Put it this way. The brand split. Dead. Buried. Dead. 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 Why am I going to see Becky and Charlotte and Samoa Joe on SmackDown, on Monday Night Raw? Meanwhile, you're going to bring those two women back next week, and Becky and Charlotte. This time you're going to put Rey Mysterio next week on Monday Night Raw in Washington on the go-home show before WrestleMania. And not only that, Kurt Angle, a Monday Night Raw superstar, is going to SmackDown tomorrow to go one-on-one with AJ Styles. Can you say fuck the brand split? Fuck the brand split. If that's the case, you might as well kill the brand split. You might as well just kill it. If that's the case, people, the brand split is over. My honest opinion. The brand split, in my honest opinion, is done. It's done. Sorry, as I fucking get ready for this Raw review. So I'm ready to review the show. And then on top of that, I gotta ask this question. Why are we getting a beat the clock challenge? The matchup only lasted what? Like 5-10 minutes tops? Then we got Ronda coming out, then we got Becky, then we got Charlotte, and then we got the fucking Riot Squad. Those 4 entrances lasted longer than the 3 matches that we got. What was the purpose of this? What are they fighting for in this beat the clock challenge? What the fuck are they fighting for? We're on the road to WrestleMania, whether you people like it or not at this point. You can't even tell if this is WrestleMania season. You can't tell. Just because the fucking WrestleMania sign is there every single week, it's WrestleMania season. But at the same time, do you really feel it? That it's WrestleMania season? No, I don't. What the fuck was this show? Like I said, the only good part about the show tonight was Triple H's segment, and I'll Colin put on the fucking Yankee hat while Raw's in Boston. That's it. That's it. In 3 hours? In 3 hours. Listen, my first episode of Universe Mode tonight, earlier today, was more better than Monday Night Raw that we got tonight in Boston. Are you fucking kidding me? Come on. This is the fucking road to WrestleMania. This is the road to WrestleMania. It shouldn't feel like that. And I said this time and time and time again. But then again, there's going to be people at MetLife Stadium at WrestleMania for 8 hours. If you guys haven't noticed, I said this on the podcast on Saturday, and I'm going to reiterate this today. I sold my WrestleMania tickets. Some people say, oh, Chris, you're an idiot. Well, why would you want to sell your tickets? I'm not going to sit at MetLife Stadium for 8 fucking hours at WrestleMania. I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not. I'm sorry. Yes, I got my money back. Yes, I did get my money back. Plus, I made a little bit more. I'm not going to tell you how much exactly I sold them for, but just know I got my money back plus a little bit more. So I'll be attending JD's meet and greet on Friday. Then I'm going to Takeover that Friday, and then I'll be going to Access Saturday afternoon. I'm not going to WrestleMania. But I will be at the Raw after WrestleMania in Barclays Center. So Raw should be good on the Raw after WrestleMania. I mean, obviously, it's the biggest show of the year. It's the best Raw of the entire year, which is the Raw after WrestleMania. But other than that, man, I don't know what the fuck what the show was, man. This was the worst 3 hours I've ever had in my entire life. Yet we're in WrestleMania season. I don't know, man. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm of course Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel on this Monday, March 25th, 2019. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel. If you guys hated Monday Night Raw tonight, if you guys thought it was boring, uninterested, everything under the fucking sun, smash that like button down below, man. Comment down below what you guys thought of Monday Night Raw. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, man, for all notifications, man. Check out the content that I uploaded earlier today. Episode 1 of Universe Mode. For some reason, what I thought, and I even said it during the fucking video today. Universe Mode. Listen, I've said this before. I said it on the video today. Universe Mode is going to be better than Monday Night Raw tonight. And look, it showed. So if you guys haven't checked that already, check out Universe Mode. Link to this video will be in the annotation on the upper right hand corner of your screen. Check out Sunday's video, man. Episode 3 of My Career, where the Chosen One and Cole Quinn invade NXT, man. Link to that video will be in the annotation on the upper right hand corner of your screen. Check out Saturday's video, the Reality Podcast, episode 13, where WWE was reconsidering Angle versus Corbin at WrestleMania. I think they are still reconsidering, because I heard that this specific superstar for WrestleMania is confirmed. Will not say who. You guys are going to have to wait to WrestleMania. But link to this video will be in the annotation on the upper right hand corner of your screen. And check out Top 10 Fridays, where we go over my top 10 dream matches of all time. Link to this video will be in the annotation, guys. Check out all of the content that is on the channel right now as we speak. Follow me on social media. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast right here on YouTube. So make sure you guys follow me on social media, man. Twitter, Chris from Loring. Instagram, your boy Chris _WB. And Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. If you guys are new to the channel, looking for Raw review, SmackDown review, NXT review, Throwback Thursday, Top 10 Friday, a wrestling podcast, and gaming content, where I do My Career in Universe Mode on WWE 2K19, man, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells for all notifications. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel, man. Let's review Monday Night Raw from the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. Now give me a second. Alright, man. Here we go. Let's review Monday Night Raw, man. Raw was from the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, man. We got breaking news earlier today during the afternoon. I woke up to this news. I woke up around like 12 o'clock. This news broke out earlier in the morning. That Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte, this wasn't any news to me, but we all knew this. Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte will be in the main event at WrestleMania. They will have the first ever women's main event at WrestleMania. Good for them. Good for them. And obviously, we all knew that was going to happen. It was only a matter of time before they was going to announce it. So, there you go, man. That's good for all 3 of those women. So, we kick things off with the Raw Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey, who came out with boos, by the way. Ronda Rousey coming out to the ring for a beat the clock match, and the crowd starts a "We Want Becky" chant. So we go from "We Want Kofi" to "We Want Becky." Ronda says for the first time women will be in the main event of WrestleMania, and she only has one thing to say: "You're welcome." She goes to exit the ring, but goes back to pick up the mic and says she's going to tap out both Becky and Charlotte and drop the mic a second time. No, Ronda, you can only tap out one person, not 2. You can only tap out 1. So then Ronda drops the mic for a second time. She then comes back, picks up the mic again. She says she has no idea what a beat the clock challenge is. It sounds like another BS gimmick match. Yeah, Ronda, me and you both have something in common. What the fuck are we having this matchup for? Why are we having a beat the clock challenge? What the fuck are Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte fighting for? This is not for a fucking elimination chamber. The only time you bring back the beat the clock is when you do it for a elimination chamber. And I said this before the chamber pay-per-view was even official. Instead of a gauntlet match, you do a beat the clock challenge. Why do a gauntlet match? There you go. Then all of a sudden the Riot Squad come out, and then Becky makes her out to the ring telling Ronda to stop being a little weirdo. She was given every opportunity to wrestle the best of the best, and no one gave a damn until the man came around. The best thing that ever happened to Ronda is Becky Lynch. Becky saved Ronda's championship reign. Can you say factual on that fucking statement right there? Becky then says Ronda knows how this ends with Ronda's championship above her head and Ronda's skull beneath Becky's foot. Shot, shot, shot. Charlotte is out next and said the reason they're in the main event is because of what she's done for the last 7 years. Now, there's no lying in what Charlotte said. Now, I've had people come at me on Twitter and say, oh, I'd rather prefer Ronda versus Becky. I'd rather prefer Ronda versus Becky. I'd rather prefer that. But at the same time, Charlotte does add a little bit, just a little bit more value to that matchup, making it a triple threat. Now, the only question I ask is, what did Charlotte do to get to Ronda? Didn't Vince say on the SmackDown after TLC that there was going to be no rematch clauses? The rematch was adequated, done. And Vince said to Becky and Charlotte, now that there's no rematch clause, one of you has to get to Ronda. One of you has to find a way to get to Ronda. Becky found that way to get to Ronda by winning the Royal Rumble match for the women. What did Charlotte do to get into this match? Nothing. And like Charlotte said, she was picked. She was handpicked to get into this match. And then Becky had to fight her way back into the match. She won the Rumble. She has to automatically be in that matchup. Automatically. She won the Royal Rumble. So that by default, Becky has to go back into the match anyways to make it a triple threat. It's just that at Fastlane, I would much have rather booked Becky versus Charlotte at Fastlane. If Becky beats Charlotte, Charlotte gets out of the matchup because Charlotte hasn't done anything to get a Raw Women's Championship match. Becky goes back in, and then we get Becky versus Ronda, the match that we were supposed to get at Survivor Series. But they wanted to put Charlotte in the matchup to add just more value. And also at the same time, her last name is Flair. So let's put that out there. So the Beat the Clock challenge began. So we got Ronda versus Sarah Logan, Charlotte versus Ruby, and Becky versus Liv Morgan. Ronda competed first. She beat Sarah Logan in 1 minute and 25 seconds. That was the time to beat. So we got Charlotte versus Ruby Riott. Charlotte didn't beat the clock at all. Charlotte put in the figure 4, and by the time she could fully put the maneuver in, the clock hit 0. I was praying to the gods above that Ruby Riott was not going to tap out. And thank God she didn't. Thank God she didn't. Good. Not Becky. Ruby didn't tap out. And then Becky came back. Becky comes into the ring for a match against Liv Morgan. Becky wins. Becky gets out of the corner with a jackknife counter for a 3 count with just 8 seconds left on the clock. So Becky beat Ronda this time, but just 8 seconds to go. This was one of the most fucking meaningless matches in Raw history. This match, this Beat the Clock challenge was meaningless, was pointless. At the same time, what the fuck are they fighting for? What the fuck are they fighting for? So Becky wins the Beat the Clock challenge. Then we get Finn Balor. Finn Balor versus Bobby Trashley and Lio Rush. If Finn wins, he gets the Intercontinental Championship match at WrestleMania. I fucking hate the fact that Finn is not getting the proper respect for a bigger match at WrestleMania. There was rumors that, Finn wanted The Undertaker. The Undertaker wanted Finn Balor for WrestleMania. Now all of a sudden we know that Balor is getting an IC title match at WrestleMania. A championship, whether people like it or not, is one of the most fucking meaningless championships right now in all of WWE. It's true. The Intercontinental Championship now has no meaning. So Balor is in the matchup. He's in a handicap match. With Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. But Lio says he wasn't physically clear to compete, so he brings out Jinder Mahal as his replacement. this match was also meaningless because I didn't care about this matchup. Finn Balor wins with a coup de grace, pinning Jinder Mahal. I swear to God, I'm saying this right now. If the Demon King comes out at WrestleMania for Bobby fucking Lashley, you guys thought that my SmackDown rant last week was bad. Wait till you see WrestleMania. If the Demon King comes back, so you can bring back the Demon King for fucking Bobby Lashley, but you don't bring up the fucking Demon King against Brock Lesnar. Come on, that's petty. That's petty, and that's bullshit. At the same time, bullshit. Balor wins. He gets an IC title match at WrestleMania. Elias talks about being the WrestleMania musical act. Elias is in Times Square. He's in New York City right now. Elias talks about being the WrestleMania musical act. A random person joins in holding a guitar and starts playing, but Elias stops him and says Elias is a solo act and asks the guy if he can even sing. Like all typical New Yorkers, big ego, little talent, and tells him to leave. So, that was that. Then we get Aleister Black making it to the ring as Aleister Black and Ricochet get ready for the match against the Revival. I said this on Twitter. The Revival are a fucking joke. I don't remember seeing the Revival winning a matchup since they won their Raw Tag Team titles. I don't care. I'm starting to think now the reason why the Revival are Raw Tag Team Champions is because they asked for the release. It was denied. So instead they give them the Raw Tag Team titles just for them to shut up. And then now they're being booked even worse on Monday Night Raw. Petty. Fucking petty. This company is so fucking petty. I had a conversation earlier with my best friend Glenn, man. Glenn is my best friend since middle school. And he stopped watching Raw and SmackDown. He stopped watching Raw and SmackDown because he said the same thing that I say every week. It's the same shit every week. Oh, Vince is killing the product. This is coming out of his mouth. And mind you, he doesn't even watch the product. And even he's speaking the truth. This company is a fucking piece of shit. No logic. Come on, seriously? Even my best friend Glenn even said it. And he doesn't even watch the product. It's the same shit every week. Vince is killing the company. This, that. I can't help but to agree with him. This is why I'm much more invested in NXT than Raw and SmackDown. I don't care. So we get the Revival against Aleister Black and Ricochet. A decent tag team match. Decent. Pretty decent. But you got the tag team champions losing again. Black comes out of nowhere. Hits the Black Master Dawson and Wilder. Ricochet with a 630 splash to Wilder for the 3 count. So I'm going to sit here and assume that Ricochet and Black, they get a Raw Tag Team title match at WrestleMania. At this point, I wouldn't mind it if Black and Ricochet are the Raw Tag Team champions. I wouldn't mind it. Low key. Yes, it's a fucking unorthodox tag team, but they're a great team. They work together really well. I love seeing Black and Ricochet as a tag team. They just started this tag team because of the freaking Dusty Classic. So far, they're a really great tag team. Yeah, sure, they fucking are unorthodox and shit. They don't really mix well together, but they're a great tag team. So Black and Ricochet win. Then we get Drew McIntyre out. Drew McIntyre is out and says he doesn't care if people like him, but they will respect him in a week. And a week is too long to wait for an answer, but he can understand and rolls footage from last week's Raw of his attack on Roman Reigns. He challenged Reigns to a match at WrestleMania and asks him to say no because on the grandest stage of the mall, Reigns will never beat him. He hopes one of his family members got through that thick skull and convinced him not to take the challenge. He already destroyed the Shield. The superstar Roman Reigns says yes. I never turn down a challenge, but he's going to appeal one more appeal one more time to Joe, the man, the father, the husband. He asks Reigns to think of his children. He will stand out here all night until he gets his answer. After that, Roman Reigns comes out and says he accepts the challenge, but the next thing he says isn't coming from Roman. He tells McIntyre to never run his mouth about Reigns' family, and then he attacks McIntyre. Then all of a sudden, McIntyre delivers a low blow and a Claymore kick. So the match is official. Roman versus Drew for WrestleMania. We all know who's going to win at WrestleMania here. But I'm gonna sit here and say, yeah, you never know, but it's Roman Reigns. Come on, you think Roman Reigns is going to lose a match at WrestleMania? Come on, no. Even listen, I love Drew, but in my honest opinion, he's gonna get buried by Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and then probably after that, and a few months later, Drew will probably be an afterthought on Monday Night Raw. I'm going to sit here and predict this now. Roman beats Drew at WrestleMania. Drew goes to SmackDown. On the Superstar Shakeup after WrestleMania. So we got a matchup between Sasha Banks and Natalya. Sasha wins by DQ. What happens here? So Natty escaped. Let me see. Sasha trips Natalya as she runs over her back, and Sasha with the bank statement. Natalya escapes and applies a sharpshooter. Natalya pulls Sasha back into the corner of the ring, and then Sasha rolls through to send Natalya into the turnbuckles head first. Then Nia and Tamina attack Bayley. They attack Sasha. They attack Natalya, and then Beth Phoenix comes out and fights both of them, Nia and Tamina. Post-match, Sasha wins by DQ. Post-match, Beth goes after Nia and Tamina, and Tamina kicks Beth with forearms, and Tamina followed by the Glam Slam. So Beth stands on Sasha's title belt. Then after that, they played about the fact that the Hart Foundation are in the Hall of Fame. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was a really nice moment for Natty, because you know how Jim passed away in the summer of last year. And I told myself, why didn't the Hart Foundation go in the Hall of Fame last year? They should have went into the Hall of Fame last year, but they put him in this year. And Bret now is a two-time Hall of Famer. So that's good for Bret. And at the same time, you know, I think obviously it's no question, Natalya's going to induct the Hart Foundation into the Hall of Fame, which should be a really good moment for Natty, an emotional moment for Natalya. We go to Kurt Angle in the back. Kurt is asked about his match against Samoa Joe. Kurt says he appreciates Joe coming from SmackDown to face him on Raw. Fuck the brand split at this point. It's not all about hugs and handshakes. He is going out on his terms. He was happy to face Chad Gable and Apollo Crews. He'll be ready for Baron Corbin at WrestleMania. Kurt says this is his last match in Boston. Then Baron Corbin shows up and says it shows how much the fans care about him. Baron asks Kurt if they realize they are cheering him because if they're sorry for him, they are thinking Kurt should have retired 10 years ago when he was in fucking TNA 10 years ago. Baron says the headlines the day after WrestleMania will be Olympic hero's image tarnished in farewell match. Pointless ass segment. Who cares about Baron Corbin? Who gives a fuck? Then we get the moment of bliss. My God, I almost fell asleep during this fucking segment. I almost did. I'm not gonna lie to you. I almost did. Alexa Bliss comes out. Out comes Strowman. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't want to review this part, but I'm just going to do it anyways. But the best part of this fucking segment, I'm not going to lie to you, the best part of this segment, which really had me laughing, and I understand why they did it. Yeah, it was cheap heat, but at the same time, it's smart heat at the same time. Because obviously, Raw's in Boston. Keep that point there. So, Alexa introduces the correspondents for WrestleMania. They say last time they were on Raw and made a mistake by putting on a Mets cap, but tonight they're not putting on a Mets cap, and then Colin puts on a New York Yankees cap. Then Boston starts to boo like crazy. Michael then says it was Braun's fault. He was out of line when he jacked up Colin. As the segment went on, fans were chanting, Yankees suck, Yankees suck, Yankees suck. Listen, Boston fans, listen, Red Sox fans. Your team is horrible this year. You don't got your closer. You don't got the same lineup as you got last year. The Yankees are a much better team this year. So, for all you Red Sox fans out there, good luck this season against the Yankees. Good luck. Good luck. Because you're not touching their lineup and you're not touching their fucking bullpen this year. They're just not. And I hope this year that the Yankees win the American League East this year. That way we get our 28th championship this year. So for all you Red Sox fans, blow me. For all you Red Sox fans, blow me. Blow me. Yes, I'm a Yankee fan. If you got a problem, blow me. Blow me. So this is when it got from entertaining because of Colin to fucking pointless and uninteresting whatsoever. Braun then has an idea and says if Colin wants to make things right, he'll enter the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Michael accepts on Colin's behalf, and Colin says if he's in, then Michael's in as well. Braun says if they decide to not show up, they'll be wandering the streets of New York, wondering when they're going to get these hands. Yawn. 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 Yawn Strowman, ladies and gentlemen. Elias is standing outside of Madison Square Garden holding a cup of tea as some put a quarter in the cup. Elias asks, do you know how much people would pay to see me? I wouldn't pay jack shit to see you, low-key. Then we got Baron Corbin versus Apollo Crews. This match was worthless, just useless. Didn't they fight last week? Corbin wins with the end of days. Do you care? Do you care? No. Then Seth Rollins makes his way to the ring. Seth says he's going to cut right to the chase. Brock and he are not cut from the same cloth. The two road they are taking to get to WrestleMania could not be any different. There's only one road out of their match, and that road will be forged by the Universal Championship. He says, Rollins says all that, now the crowd is all about him. He was at a signing yesterday in Boston, and every fan came up to him and says, please beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I hope Rollins beats Lesnar at WrestleMania. But then again, I said this on the podcast yesterday. No, not yesterday. Saturday. Apologize. Saturday. The next time they're on a pay-per-view after WrestleMania is May 3rd in Saudi Arabia. The Prince of Saudi Arabia is going to want Brock Lesnar to show up there as the Universal Champion. Now, I'm going to say this now. Even though I do want Rollins to win at WrestleMania, I'm kind of pulling for Lesnar to win at WrestleMania. Now, hear me out. Lesnar can win at WrestleMania, go to the Saudi Arabia show as Universal Champion, and then drop the championship to Rollins. It's possible. It's pretty much possible. But that's what I was thinking when I was watching Off the Script on Friday. So I kind of got that idea from that part of the segment there. So after what Rollins said, Paul Heyman comes out and introduces himself. Paul says he traveled to Boston to say thank you. Thank you, Seth Rollins, for allowing him to know that the match at WrestleMania is not a handicap match. It is the reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Champion Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins and the entire WWE Universe. Paul says he likes the odds because he assures you that your chances of winning are 0. Do you know how pathetic you sound? You need their support and affirmation. Are you going to ask for their thoughts and prayers? I'm undersized and overconfident that I have the WWE Universe and fail with me when I go to Suplex City and get dumped on my head and get fight by Brock Lesnar. I need your thoughts and prayers. You need their thoughts and their prayers because you don't have a thought in your head on how to beat Brock Lesnar or a prayer in doing so. Paul says he does not want Seth to take it personally, When Brock wins at WrestleMania, he wants Seth to take it personally. When you and the entire WWE Universe loses at WrestleMania, Paul tosses the mic in the air and walks up the ramp. Seth follows after Paul, and Paul falls down on the stage. Paul says it was all Brock's idea, and he hopes that Seth wins. Seth says that Paul has it all wrong. He is not asking for thoughts and prayers. He is here to answer them. So who are you, Seth Rollins? God? All of a sudden, who are you? God? Jesus. We are going to WrestleMania. We are going to beat Brock Lesnar. We are going to take the Universal title. We are going to Suplex City, and we're going to burn it down. And not bad of a segment. Not too bad. I mean, obviously, when you hear Paul Heyman's voice, you stop what you're doing and you see what the man's saying. I just love Paul Heyman, man. Paul Heyman is a good promo. So is Rollins. Rollins is a really good promo. Then we get Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe. Kurt Angle's final match in Boston. His second to last match on Monday Night Raw. As you guys know, next week, Angle is going after Samoa. Angle's going to fight Samoa Joe's opponent next week in Rey Mysterio. So, this match didn't do anything for me. This match didn't do anything for me whatsoever. Angle with an ankle slam for near fall. Angle goes for an ankle lock, but Joe kicks Angle away. Joe with a power slam for near fall. Angle with a missile drop kick. Angle blocks a Uranagi and gives Joe an arm drag. Joe with a sleeper. Angle rolls Joe and gets the 3 count. Why is Samoa Joe losing? Yes, I understand it's Kurt Angle, but why is he losing? Why is he losing? So Joe lost last week in the gauntlet match. This week, he's losing to Kurt Angle? Really? Come on. Come on. Bullshit. Come on. Seriously. Oh yeah, and by the way, I forgot about this. This happened earlier in the show. Dean challenged McIntyre to a match later on tonight in a last man standing match. So we're getting in another match between Ambrose and McIntyre. We've seen this match 2 weeks ago. False count anywhere. Brutal ending. Now we're getting a last man standing match? Are you serious? Yet there's going to be people in the community that's going to say, oh, Chris, what was good, man? Come on, Chris. Give Monday Night Raw a chance. I will never take Monday Night Raw serious until Vince is out of office. I will never give Monday Night Raw a chance until Vince is out of office. Take the pen out of Vince, give it to Triple H. It's just that simple. It's that simple, folks. Triple H makes his way to the ring. Then we are back for commercial break, and Hunter congrats Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte for being the main event at WrestleMania. He says that was not a given, it was earned. That is true. Hunter says that is the thing that makes him happy. Hunter says some things don't make him happy. Hunter pulls out an envelope, which he was struggling with, by the way, with a letter from Batista's lawyer. This letter states that Dave will not be competing at WrestleMania unless Hunter agrees to one more stipulation. Hunter says that the letter rambles, and Dave talks about his realization that Hunter started Evolution to keep the title longer. You just figured that out now, 13 years later. Dave also realized that the moon was not made out of cheese. Random thought there. Dave believes that Evolution did nothing for his career. When he walked into Evolution, he was the deacon and followed Devon Dudley around. I love how the fuck... The simplest things, people. The simplest things in a storyline makes the biggest difference. You go back to Batista's past. It's just the simplest thing. This was the segment of the night. I love Triple H as his promo man. I love his promo work. Amazing. Amazing. When he left, he was the WWE champion. Hunter brings up that Batista has 6 more championships and Batista quit because he could not beat John Cena. Didn't I say this like 2 weeks ago? I said this 2 weeks ago. No, last week. Sorry about that. Last week. I said this last week. Excuse me. I said this last week. Batista, you quit back in 2010 because of John Cena. What does quitting because of John Cena have to do with Triple H? Triple H wasn't even around when Extreme Rules 2010 happened, cause he had that rivalry against Sheamus. He had that rivalry against Sheamus back in 2010, and Batista was competing against John Cena in an I Quit match for the WWE Championship. What does quitting, and then on the next night on Raw, you quit in a wheelchair with a sling on your right hand, have to do with Triple H? Nothing. So even Triple H, I like the fact that Triple H brought that up. I love the fact that he brought that up. Batista believes Hunter's obsession prevented him from coming back for a second time because he refused his phone calls. Triple H said that Batista wanted to move the day of WrestleMania to work around his filming schedule for Guardians of the Galaxy. So as you guys know, that was confirmed right now. Ronda Rousey's partner last year was supposed to be Batista. Triple H contacted Batista. Batista never got back with them. And they said how that Batista wanted them to move the day of WrestleMania so he could finish filming Guardians of the Galaxy. So now we know. Hunter reads the letter. It says if Hunter wants him to appear at WrestleMania, he will give him what he wants. And Hunter reads the lyrics of For Wannabe by the Spice Girls. I think that actually happened there. It ends with the demand to put his career on the line at WrestleMania. Hunter thinks about it for a moment, and then he said that Dave beat up a 70-year-old man a year after being on his deathbed. You put him back in the hospital in a lame attempt to get a match at WrestleMania. Hunter accepts the match at WrestleMania. Hunter says this is what you do. It is just another attempt to quit. Hunter says he will not let Dave quit this time, so he will make Dave stand up to his commitment. He will make Dave show up. You think you are obsessed with him, and Hunter says he never give a crap about you. Hunter says he's obsessed with kicking your ass. If at this point in our careers that he cannot beat a self-deluded douchebag like you, then he has no business being in the ring anyways. You want his career on the line, Batista? You got it. So Triple H tosses the mic and leaves the ring. This was the best segment of the entire night. They got straight to the point. I love how Triple H brought back Batista starting in the company to go into Evolution, and then after 2010. Then after 2010. I love that. So that was it for Triple H's segment. Then we got Ambrose versus McIntyre. Did you guys care about the main event? No. McIntyre wins. Last man standing. Show goes off the air. As you guys saw the beginning of this review. Raw has one more week to WrestleMania. Raw next week will be in Washington, D.C. next week. Brock Lesnar will show up next week on the Go Home show before WrestleMania. Then we're getting for some odd reason, why are we getting a 6-woman tag between Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte against the Riot Squad next week? You couldn't give me that match tonight? But no, you gotta do it next week. On the Go Home show before WrestleMania in Washington, D.C. next week. I already know. Raw is going to be even more worse next week. And TM even said it on him. And even TM said it on him. Yeah, sorry about that. Even TM said it himself. The Raw shows during WrestleMania season are going to get worse and worse and worse. I expect Monday Night Raw next week to be worse next week. To get worse next week. On the Go Home show before WrestleMania. Yeah, people are going to say, oh, Chris, this is WrestleMania season. Is it really? Because at this point, just take me to WrestleMania at this point. Take me to WrestleMania at this point. I'm getting the fuck up out of here, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed Raw Review, man, hit that thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys thought of Monday Night Raw tonight. If you guys are new to the channel, looking for Raw, SmackDown Review, NXT Review, Throwback Thursday, Top 10 Friday, a wrestling podcast, and gaming content with Universe Mode and my career on the WWE 2K19, man, hit that subscribe button down below, man. Ring those bells for all notifications, man. Check out the content. Universe Mode today up on the channel. Raw Episode 1. I honestly thought that this Universe Mode was a way better show than Monday Night Raw tonight in Boston. Link to this video will be in the annotation on the upper right hand corner of your screen. Also, guys, check out Sunday's content. My Career Episode 3, where the Chosen One and Cole Quinn invade NXT. Link to this video will be in the annotation on the upper right hand corner of your screen, man. Check out Saturday's video, man. The podcast, episode 13, where World Wrestling Entertainment was reconsidering Angle versus Corbin at WrestleMania due to the fan backlash. Link to that video will be in the annotation on the upper right hand corner of your screen. And Friday's video, where we go over the top 10 dream matches of all time. Link to this video will be in the annotation on the upper hand corner of your screen. Check out all the content, man. Top 10 Friday, the podcast, My Career, and Universe Mode. All these videos are up on the channel right now as we speak, man. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast, man. So make sure you guys are following me on social media, man. Twitter, Chris from Loring. Instagram, your boy Chris _WB. And Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. If you guys are new to the channel, man, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells for all notifications, man. I will see you guys tomorrow for SmackDown Live Review, where we're getting Angle versus AJ Styles. Asuka's opponent for WrestleMania will be determined tomorrow. And at this point, about this whole Kofi Kingston bullshit, I can care the fuck less. Until then, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow for SmackDown Review. Till then, talk to you guys later.